Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. We had a false start, so now we're starting again. We had kids run up in the middle of the last thing we tried to film, and now Kim was like busy. If you guys hear a big plunk, that was Kim.
Sorry, that was my phone on the table with the mic. Sorry, I don't know
this
how that's
is
going
like
to sound.
the most professional podcast
We are very professional,
you have ever
Carina.
been a part of. So you're
Yes.
welcome. Okay. All right. Today we actually are going to talk a little bit about social media, and I'm going to start with a story. You guys ready for story time?
I am, Carina.
This is a dumb story,
I am.
but it relates.
I think
okay?
it's super cute.
It relates, okay? So my husband, before he married me and before he started dating me, he was dating someone else. And he introduced this person to my little stepsisters-in-law, okay? And they were only like 6 and 7 at the time. And so their names were Bailey and Taylor. Anyway, so cute Bailey met this girl. And then a few months later, Josh and I started dating. And I met them as well. And so a little bit later, Josh is driving these two little girls somewhere. And Bailey was like, Josh, are you just dating so many girls? And he was like, well, no, I'm only dating Carina right now. And she was like, Josh, I think you just need to pick one and marry it. Which is pretty hilarious for like a 7-year-old.
Cute.
So anyway, this is what I'm going to tell you guys. This story applies to social media. If you aren't on social media, or if you're just on social media a bit, all you have to do is pick one and marry it. Okay? And I really believe in this. I think too many people are like so worried about being on all the platforms. I know I have been in the past. And I chose one and I did the best I could at the one, and then I started adding others.
I love that because I think there's so many places you can go. It's going to be overwhelming. I think number one, find out where your audience and your people are. For me, that's Instagram. I sell on Etsy, so I've always had different businesses on Etsy and different products. And so I think visually my customers like to see what I'm making, see how I make it, get peeks behind the scenes or whatever. So I always choose Instagram. That's my favorite place to be because that's where my people are at.
And by the way, you don't have to have a monster following to do well in your business. In fact, I think those are all, I call them ego numbers. If you just have like some monstrous following, but you can't sell anything, then what's the point?
I completely agree. The point is to make money.
Yeah. In fact, so Instagram's my place as well. Like that's my original place. Now I'm on all the platforms, but guess what? Like if anything's if I'm too busy and I can't get to the other platforms, guess where I end up at? Instagram. Like that's my pick one and marry it, right? In fact, I've married it so much that I've married it 3 times. I have 3 feeds. And the third feed has, when I started it not too long ago, it only had 82 people on it. And I felt great about that. Mm-hmm. Isn't that the funniest thing? Like I have decent followings on the other 2, but this one I only had 82, and I started being like, you know what? I'm going to post this one. I'm going to follow everybody who follows me. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to try to see what happens when I'm super engaged. And I actually love that feed. Yeah. It's such a fun feed for me because I get to post all the things I'm doing on it.
Yeah. No, I love it. Instagram's my favorite too because, with any platform you can learn to grow it and learn its tips and tricks and stuff. But I feel like Instagram's constantly working on their algorithm. They come out with reels. Now everyone's doing reels. There's lots of tips and tricks and ways you can grow your Instagram following. For me, I always end up working with influencers, doing giveaways, giving coupon codes to them. They show off my product.
So when did you do that?
When I was making wood signs and stuff.
Okay, so that was on a different feed. Do you want to give everyone your feed now?
It is, my Instagram feed right now, and I'm just starting it this summer, guys, because I am going to be starting to sell Etsy courses, but it is The Kim Crafts. At The Kim Crafts.
Yeah. And you're just barely starting to post on this one.
Yes.
And that's, to me, I think people get really caught up by the numbers. Oh my gosh, I only have 5 followers or 1,000 followers or 20,000 followers, depending on what you're working towards. Right. But at the end of the day, it's just really all about, what are you showing them? Mm-hmm. Are you selling them the correct way? Or maybe not even selling at all, but, showing them so that they want whatever you've got. Mm-hmm. So I watch all sorts of IG experts, and everyone says something different. At the end of the day, depending on what your product is or what you're doing, I really don't think there's a really wrong way to do it. I do think there are some right ways to do it, like posting every day, I think is a big deal. I think engaging and commenting back, like building a community, I think is important for IG. Let's talk about some of the other platforms. Maybe your place isn't Instagram. Maybe your place is YouTube, which there are tons of people where like video is their thing. Maybe your place is podcasting. That's like the main thing you do. Maybe your place is Facebook. I mean, there are a lot of people like Facebook. Okay, at the beginning of COVID, you guys, my mother-in-law is probably going to listen to this. But at the beginning of COVID, we're living with my mother-in-law because we were actually in the middle of moving and selling our house. So I'm living with my mother-in-law, and I had no idea how often she was on Facebook. Like, that is her medium. She's on Facebook. Because I'm not on Facebook doesn't mean somebody else isn't. So it kind of blew my mind because I had no idea how much she engages with all of her friends on Facebook. So I think depending on who you are and where you are, like my husband's on LinkedIn a lot. I was like, what? Hello? I had no idea, you know?
Yeah. The other place that I love is Pinterest, you guys. Pinterest is huge too.
Yeah.
Like for my audience,
Pinterest is hard for me because I feel like I don't feel like it's like community.
Sometimes when I think about it, I go there for recipes. I go there for look at home decor.
Feels like lurking to me.
Almost like blogger world in a way.
But I like it.
But I still love it. I still think it's definitely.
And we're not saying you can't do all the things. We do all the things.
Yes.
But like when push comes to shove, if you don't have your systems in place or things get overwhelming, like your pick one and marry it is the one like where you're like, this is where my people are.
All my attention is
this
at.
Is
this is what I'm trying
community.
To grow. This is,
These are the people buying my stuff.
Yes. I think this is where my focus is going and my time and working on getting my audience going. And
I work with a lot of brand new designers, right? So like I have all these brand new designers and like I tell them that their main goal is to design. That is all we're doing. We're designing. But if you want to do social media, you get to choose one. And that's it. You just do one, and that's it. Because it is ridiculous when you're trying to learn a brand new skill and try to make money off that skill that you're going out of your way and trying to do like all the marketing. No. You don't have time for marketing. You have time to develop and build a skill and sell products. So like once you get your products, then you can start doing the marketing bit, right? Once you have a gazillion products, then it's time to market.
Yeah.
So.
I agree. I was going to mention also Facebook is super great because it's got lots of groups and boards and like it is so much more of a community than like Instagram. You're spewing out your own information and you're of course trying to create relationships there too. But like, there's just so many different avenues you can go with like social media and stuff. But like Facebook is a great one because even though you're in Instagram maybe 100%, you can still find groups of people and untapped potential and customers over there.
Yeah, because I'm also going to put this little thing out, and this is not, I don't make any money from this, okay? So I'm just going to tell you this. I use Zapier so that my Instagram posts will then post automatically to my Facebook page or my Facebook groups because I don't have time to do both. So if you can find this, once again, a software thing, but where you can find a piece of software that's going to help you and take away some time, like that normally I'd have to go on and like repost everything or schedule everything on Facebook, but I just don't. I just let Zapier do it for me. So that's a little plug for something I make no money for. So you're welcome.
No, I love it because someone else can find you over there, even though you're focused over on Instagram. Maybe you're still gonna, increase your followers and audience over there on another platform. like Facebook. So
all right. So our final message to you guys today is pick one and marry it. Okay, if you're looking for Kim, go for it.
Yeah, you can find me over at kimcrafts.com.
And you guys know that you can find all of my good stuff at carinagardner.com or carinagardnercourses.com, especially if you are looking for an upcoming boot camp. So go check that out, and we will see you guys later.
Thanks for having me, Carina.
Yeah.
See ya.
Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.